In this video, we're going to take a look at the template-based tools in the Gemini tab on Google Classroom. On the Gemini tab, you have two different tool types that you can work with. Template-based tools are designated by these colorful icons in front of the tool name. And then we have Gemini prompting tools, which are denoted by the sparkle icon. We're going to use a template-based tool. And in this case, let's generate a quiz. Now, all of these template-based tools are going to be very similar to the tools that the AI teacher tools that you've probably already used, in that you fill out a form before you get the generation or before you get the information that you want. When we're generating a quiz, the things that it needs to know is the target grade level, the number of questions that we want, and the topic or the knowledge or skills that we want students to demonstrate. So I'm working with fourth graders. I'll take 3 questions is fine. And we are working on animal habitats. So that's all I'm going to put in, but you could copy and paste a learning objective. You could copy and paste a paragraph in here and have Gemini generate questions based on that. We're going to say animal habitats, and notice that it says generate learning objectives. So before Gemini will generate the quiz questions, it's going to give us some sample learning objectives. And now there's 5 different objectives here. And what I can do, let's say we're not quite studying this yet, so I can come in here and I can delete this, or I can add to it, or I can edit any of these objectives to make them more student friendly or to make them more applicable to my classroom. Now, we can ask Gemini to generate specific types of questions: multiple choice, true, false, short answer, or long answer. If we do not select any of those, Gemini will give us a variety of question types. So let's say generate questions. And Gemini has given us 3 different questions. We have a short answer question, a couple of short answer questions, and a true false question. Now, this is preview only. If you want to make any changes to these questions, you're going to have to export it first, and we'll go over that in a minute. But what else can we do? So we can copy and paste this to another document to edit those questions. We can help Gemini out by telling it the content was good or it was bad, wasn't what I was looking for. Gemini even gives us some additional follow-up prompts that if we want to extend this particular prompt, we can do. Maybe we want to make a more difficult version of this question and differentiate. Gemini can do that. Or we can come down here and modify with whatever prompt and whatever information that we want to put in here. But let's take a look at this export button. Okay, so Gemini in Classroom gives us 3 options. We can either add it to a class, we can export this to docs, or we can export this to forms. Now remember, if we want to make changes to these questions, we have to export it in order to be able to make those changes. Also, the only way that you're going to be able to save this information is by exporting it. So you have to make sure that if you want to save this for future reference, that you export these options. So we're going to say add to a class. It's going to let us pick the class, and it's going to let us pick the classwork type. So we'll make this an assignment and we'll say confirm. Now, Gemini is taking those quiz questions and creating a Google form, and it's creating a new assignment for that particular Google form. So all I need to do is fill in my title and my description. I can choose students, I can select a due date and a topic. But if we go ahead and open up this form and take a look at it, you'll see that those 3 questions have now been exported to a form, and they are required. Each question is required. If we check the settings, it's been set up as a quiz. And now if we want to change any of these, we can come in here and make changes once it's on this Google form. So using the Gemini tab in Google Classroom, the template tools give you a lot of variety and options for creating content within Classroom.